Surrounding yourself with the right people can quite literally change the entire course of your life. When I was growing up, I was not around the right people a lot of times. A lot of my friends influenced me in negative ways. We would drink a lot, we would smoke a lot, we would go out to parties, we would do a bunch of stuff. We wouldn't really chase after any goals. We weren't trying to excel in our sports. We weren't trying to be the best versions of ourselves. And now I'm at the point where I'm fortunate enough to be around people that are so driven, that are so backed behind their faith, that have such good morals, and even people that are trying to build $100 million companies while running two other companies at the same time. And that is such a blessing to be able to learn from people like this, to be able to experience life together with this and see how they operate and see how they do their daily lives. Like, it is such a blessing. And I have learned so much from continuing to surround myself with better people. And you don't necessarily have to surround yourself with people who are, achieving this grand feat of success. It's just, you need to be looking for people that are like-minded, people that are also trying to work towards the same things that you are, people that are also trying to build a better life for themselves, their future family, and ultimately just their future in general, because that's what this is all about. We all should be working towards things, and that doesn't mean to not be grateful for what you already have, but we should not be complacent ever, because it's a blessing to be able to be here on this earth and have the opportunity to chase after things. And posting on social media is one of the things that opened up the door to so many new opportunities, to so many new connections, to meeting so many new like-minded people for me personally. One of the most beneficial things that has happened to me over the past year is meeting my friend Eric, who, as some of you know, runs Base Supplements, runs two other companies, and it's more of a friendship. It's not like a business partnership. Like, I've become so close to this guy in a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and I've learned so much from him over that time period. Like, so much from him over just like not even a couple months. And it shows you that if you're not seeking out these type of friendships and these type of connections, then you might not really find them, because I always intentionally look to meet new people, to connect with new people online. And it's such a blessing to be able to have that opportunity to connect and to build a circle of like-minded individuals. And for me, even though I'm still in college, I was still able to make those connections there. Like, there's never an excuse as to why you can't do it. I met a bunch of kids that were super deep in their faith, super deep in their fitness, all chasing after goals in business. Like, these kids were getting after it. And those were the people I knew I needed to surround myself with. Those were the people that I knew were going to uplift me. And this doesn't necessarily mean to ditch all of your friends. But if there's friends that you have in your life that are holding you back and that are, you have very toxic relationships with, it's fine to have your space. You don't have to be with them all of the time. But if they're your good friends, you also shouldn't ditch them, because that's not how life should work. You should know when there's a time and a place to hang out with your friends. And you should know when there's a time and a place to seek connections and seek people that are actually going to uplift you in your life, and seek people that are actually going to guide you to where it is that you want to be. And what's funny for me is that for a very long time, I was praying for results. I was praying to see, you know, results in everything that I was doing. I wanted the followers, I wanted the money, I wanted the success, I wanted to hit that benchmark number of how much money I made per month, and it didn't come. And it didn't come, but what happened was people came into my life at those times where I was really low and I was really down bad and I was questioning if any of this would work. And God answered my prayers with people rather than the results itself. And those people are what is going to help me get to those big goals and those big aspirations that I have. For a long time, I thought you used to just be able to do everything alone. I thought that this was what the game was all about. I thought it was go off on your own, make money for yourself, do whatever you have to do, go travel alone, go live alone. Like, that's what I thought this life was supposed to be for a very, very long time. And honestly, it goes to say that so many of us are isolated in our daily lives as we're growing up with cell phones, especially kids that grew up during COVID. Like, we're just in our houses all day on our phones, spending time alone, playing video games, lifting, hanging out with friends at times. But there's so much alone time now, and we feel so disconnected from the world. And I think it's because of the phones. And like, if you look back to when our grandparents were growing up, they always were connected. They always were going to the diners. They always were going out to the bars. They always were going out and just having fun and just doing things, and just, they always had meaning and purpose behind everything they did. There was never a day that was wasted in those ages. And I think it's so easy for us nowadays to waste those days. And what I was saying yesterday, not on this video, but to a friend that's here, is that when you truly start to find something that you're genuinely passionate about, and you truly start to act in alignment with the person that you want to become, and you truly start to work towards things that you actually care about, time starts to slow down. And it's kind of weird. It's really weird. But time starts to slow down tremendously. Take myself, for example. For the last 2 years, I worked in the city. I worked a job that I absolutely hated. I was making good money. I was around good people. It was a good experience and I learned a lot, but I hated what I did. And I think that experience was necessary in order to put me on the trajectory that I'm on right now. But I hated it. And time went by really quickly. Weeks would go by like this in an instant. And I'm just like, damn, next thing you know, the summer's over and I'm back in school. And I would be disappointed with myself. I was disappointed because I wasn't seeing success in all of these things that I wanted to work on, but I wasn't giving them my all because I was so drained from work, and I committed to this job that I didn't even like, and I did that again the next year. And that's why going into this summer, I made a commitment to myself. I was like, I'm not working in the city again this summer. I need to figure something out. And just like that, I figured something out. And I surrounded myself with the right people. I got myself in the right rooms. I'm continuing to learn and develop each and every single day. And I'm working on something that I truly love and I'm truly passionate about. And while I'm not seeing a ton of success right now by any means, I know that I am on the right path because I feel that sense of alignment within me. I feel that sense of conviction with everything that I do. And I know that this is going to lead me to where it is that I need to be. And it really is such an amazing feeling. And when I started off too, when I was in some of your positions, I looked at people like me who are saying, never give up, continue to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And I was like, yeah, no shit, keep going, like whatever that means. But like now that I'm here and I'm seeing the growth that I'm seeing and I'm experiencing this life that I'm experiencing, like I can tell you that it's worth it. I can tell you that if you just keep going and you just don't give up, that things will pay off. And like it might not be in the way that you expect it to whatsoever, but God has a plan for us, and sometimes it works out in a strange, strange way. Much, much better than we could have expected. Much, much better than we could have wished for. And so that's why recently I've been loving this guy, Drake Davis, Sip Drake on Instagram. He's an absolute legend. He talks about the process of staying in process and not worrying about the results and handling the quality and God handling the quantity. And that's something I've been trying to lean in much more lately. Instead of me trying to focus on, I want to do this and I want to get this out of it. It's how can I do this much of this and just keep doing it and keep doing it to the best of my ability for as long as I possibly can, because I know within that there's growth, but there's also success eventually, or failure. And failure isn't bad. In fact, failure is necessary in order to get to where it is that you want to go within this life. See, for me, like I've failed time and time again, time and time again. Did I ever get discouraged? Yes. Most people will say, did I ever get discouraged? No, I didn't get discouraged. I kept pushing every day. Like, fuck that. I got discouraged. I thought I should have quit. I thought I was doing the wrong things. I thought there was no point of doing any of this. But I kept going because I have grit. And grit is a trait that not many people have, but you can learn it and you can develop it. You just have to get uncomfortable very often in your daily life, whether that's going to the gym and training way harder than you want to, whether that's picking up a new sport like jiu-jitsu, whether that's going to a new jiu-jitsu gym, which is scary as shit because you go in there, a bunch of people want to kill you and you have no idea who any of them are. We're going on a trip to Canada in the middle of the summer, in the first thing of summer when you have no idea where you're going. Like doing things that make you uncomfortable and doing things that are not certain. There's no result here that's certain anyway. I know that this trip will pay off so much in the long term because of how much I've learned and the connections I've made and the experience that I have. This is worth more than any money I could ever amount to in my entire life. But it's the fact that if you can take these experiences where you get uncomfortable and you can learn from them and you can be like, okay, this is what getting uncomfortable feels like. I can do this. And you can do that much, much more often. And so as I sit here and listen to the birds outside, feel the cold weather of the Canadian forest, I can't help but just be grateful for everything that I have. You know, things work out so funny. Things work out so funny. And you never really realize it until you start to act in alignment, but also until you allow yourself to slow down and to take it all in. Like, one thing that I do every single morning that really, really helps me slow down is my morning pages. And recently I've been doing this video every single day after my morning pages. So if you don't know morning pages, it's first thing in the morning when you wake up. Within the first about 60 to 90 minutes, you write full 3 pages of just stream of consciousness, no real objective within the writing, kind of just getting your thoughts out on paper and trying to get some sort of sense of them. And really, it's just like a brain dump every single day. And the benefits are absolutely insane. I don't really like to get too deep into the mechanisms, the benefits of everything. I just know that it makes me feel good and it makes me feel in alignment and it makes life piece together in this way that I know it's supposed to piece together. And lately I've been filming these videos right after my morning pages when my brain is still fresh, no phone, no nothing. I just wake up, cold shower real quick, do my morning pages, hop on and record this video. And it's this stream of consciousness because I'm in this theta brainwave state where it's like I'm not thinking, I'm not overthinking, I'm just allowing myself to flow. I'm allowing myself to speak through my heart, through my soul, through God, because ultimately we are created in the image of God, and when we speak with conviction, we are speaking from God. And that's why I believe I have a gift from Him. I believe I have a gift from Him to change many people's lives. And I feel called to put my message out there in order to change many people's lives. And I know I can do it if I continue to keep showing up each and every single day with that conviction and with that confidence that I ultimately will get to where it is that I need to be. And if we continue to work towards things with the wrong intentions, with evil, with just trying to make money, with just trying to do all of the wrong things, then none of it will ultimately amount to anything. But if we do things with the right intentions and we do things with the intentions of actually having a real world impact and actually doing something that can have a long lasting impact and leave a legacy behind, not only for you, but for your future family and for all the people that look up to you, then that's when the magic will start to happen within your life. You know, it's so easy to just get caught up in flashy object syndrome and want the car and want the watch and want the money and want all these things. But it's hard to truly act in alignment and originality and authenticity with the person that you want to become and the person that God has called you to be. And hopefully, someone comes back and watches these videos one day, because I feel like these are going to be something special. And I don't know if I'm going to start posting them on my Instagram yet or start posting them anywhere and promoting them. I might just try and see if any people come in naturally from the titles or whatever, but I don't want this to be something that's like hyper pushed, like hyper trying to socialize, you know? I want these to be super raw, super authentic, not really going for virality, but the right people will find them. And when those right people find them, I know it can have an impact on them. And I know it can help them piece together the pieces within their life that is ultimately necessary in order for them to get to where it is that they want to be. And I hope that you could also look back and see how every single episode, the speech is getting more fluent, the setting is getting more comfortable, me coming here and showing myself in a more presentable manner. And it's cool to see the growth in real time, because I'm even seeing growth in real time. After watching my last couple episodes myself, I just see each and every single time I show up to the camera, it's a new person. Every single day, it's a new day. Every single day, you can wake up and be a new person. You don't have to be the person you were yesterday by any means. You can completely change your life in a couple of months, in a couple of weeks, with a couple of decisions. And I think there's so much power to that. And there's so much power to having the ability to truly chase after something within your life, to truly get out of your comfort zone, to truly try and chase after something that's bigger than you, and to truly just try and make something great of this time that we have here on this world. It's so easy to get caught up into what everyone else is doing. It's so easy to get caught up into the normal, go to school, get a job that you hate, and work for the rest of your life, then retire at 65, then go on a couple of vacations, and then die, and get Social Security, and get your fucking life insurance, and get all this shit. Like, there's so much more to life. And when you realize that, and when you realize you have the decision to opt out of all of that you don't want to do, you realize that this life truly is a blessing. And when you start to act in alignment with the person that you want to become, and when you start to act in alignment with passion and purpose and meaning, then you ultimately will become the person that God has put you on this earth to be. Thank you guys for tuning in. Check in tomorrow. Love you guys. Peace.